I'm starting stream nearly an hour late. I'm so sorry. I just got home. I did not think I'd be home this late, I'll be honest. But it's all good though. It's all good though, because we're gonna get lots of work done and that'll make up for it. That's what's gonna happen. I hope everyone's doing good though. I wouldn't be surprised if no one's here because I kept everyone waiting. I mean, not that you guys were waiting, but yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. I still don't even have my everything open yet. So, got Snorlax in the background, of course, like always. Like always. And yeah, we're gonna get this party started. Let me open up Visual Studio Code really quick. Get into it. Trying to have my chat open. Fuck. Oh, there we go. Cool. On the right side over here. What's good? What's good, Rye? How are you? Hope you guys are doing good. Just got here. I scheduled the stream for 6:30 and it's now nearly 7:30. So, my bad. My fault. It's all good though. It's all good though. Gonna get a lot of work done. All right. We were about to implement a state machine, so we're gonna be doing that today. Ooh. Firstly though, I know it's like 7:30 at night, but we do have a sugar-free Red Bull that I'm gonna crack open because why not? I need my energy, you know what I mean? So, switch case statement for the state machine. Okay, I need to kind of look into how we're going to do this. So last time, I don't know if you remember yesterday, I asked you if the menu could be buttons and users, goes up and down, select the option. You found a fix? Oh, a fix, like an alternative for using CN? From Konia library? .h? What is that? Right now we're mostly just working on what's it used for? Getch? Read a single character from the keyboard without echoing it to the screen, useful for immediate key presses. Interesting. Thank you for that. I think I'm gonna save that for right now. Right now we're still kind of trying to understand how we want the whole menu system to work, just in terms of like going back, going forward, that kind of stuff. You know, going from there basically. So, but yeah, thank you though. Thank you for that. It's a little hot. I had like the heater in my car going like full blast, so put it back there. Snorlax can put it on if he wants. Okay. Right, so the state machine. So what we did yesterday, essentially, we just ended up... Yeah, so we implemented how basically the menus work in general. Right? And so basically we have a menu object. And what we're going to do is we're going to be creating the menu object. That's how we're essentially going to have menus, is that they're going to be objects. They have a run menu function, which allows the menu to print the options in the menu and then also allow a selection and then invoke the command for that selection. So right now we need to implement some kind of state machine that would allow us to kind of go forward, go backwards, that kind of stuff. So where was that again? We were doing it. We're doing it right here, fight menu. Yeah, fight menu, that's what we were doing. Yes, use a function to print the menu and then use an infinite loop for which to count. Press W. Process input. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Thank you for that. I'm gonna keep that in mind. It shouldn't be too hard to refactor, like later on. So basically, I manages the arrow placement. Gotcha. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see how that could work. That makes sense. Cool. That's pretty nice. That's pretty sick. Thank you for that. So yeah, state machine, and then I think so we have an enumeration class, menu state, fight menu, select skill menu, select target menu. Okay, so let me look up state machine. I mean it's pretty simple. It's like essentially what we do, or actually I can ask kind of like, could ask Codex, not like how to implement it directly, but just kind of explain what a state machine is. Can you give me an example of a state machine in C++? And this is obviously not using agent mode either, so it's not actually going to write code for us. It's just good to kind of look up stuff like this. Like, you know, whenever I'm learning something new, for instance. So this is a complex one. Jeez. The one I saw had like a switch case statement. What the hell? Bro, the one I saw online had like a switch case statement, and that was it. I kind of wanted to do that. But I guess maybe that's like... Oh, we could use polymorphism. Define an abstract state base class with virtual functions for handling events and entering exiting states. That's interesting. I mean, switch case is good too. Yeah, you think so? Good to see you, Mighty, by the way. Saw you in here yesterday. Good to see you again. I think a switch case statement would make the most sense. Give an example of state machine using switch case statement, and explain as well. Right, so enumeration, locked, unlocked, coin, push. Just want to learn about this. That's the only reason I'm using this right now. I typically don't do this. I don't want to vibe code, but and then if sketch. Nice. Alright, so event. I'm assuming, what is event? What would that kind of constitute? Maybe this is event, probably. Not sure. Oh, it's in okay, it's an enumeration. That's what's going on. But it's an event, like struct or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, so state, case, state this. Locked, and then this one has like nested stuff in it. Great man said hippity hoppity, your code is now my property. You stealing my code? You don't want to steal this code. Not my code. I doubt that you want to steal my code. So the way that I understand it, so yeah, we would define a current state, right? And then, well, current state might actually be something that we pass into the function instead. You know what I mean? Something that we pass into the function. But how do we do like a back function? Or like, because if we do a back function, how will it know which state to go to? I guess we could use a switch case for that too. I mean, that could work. I don't know if that's the best implementation of that, but it might work. don't know, we can just kind of test some stuff out. So we do like a switch case statement, and basically current state would determine it. And we'd have like case, what is it, state, I think we did? Or menu state? Yeah, that's what we did. Menu state, and then fight menu. If it's this case, then we do something else. State always has a transition to another state, so you'll need to connect them somehow. Or just something. And you'll need conditions for every transition to be defined. Pseudo-wise, I would do something like I would need a vector of pointers or something like that, like pointing to each state kind of thing. Is that what you mean? I'm so tired. You stay 5 minutes. Yeah, maybe so. I mean, that's the simplest way. Switch case, state, case fight, case skills, case other menu. Right, yeah. Right. Because, like, I was thinking of doing it like this, for instance, right? Like, obviously we'd have something here, right? We'd have, like, fight menu logic, right? Duh. And then case menu state, select skill menu. And then, skill menu logic, which would simply just be, I think, just invoking the menu. Okay, I'm actually kind of thinking, okay, I'm kind of having a good idea of how we would do this. And like select target menu. Right, it'd be like target menu logic, break. And then something default, I guess. Or would we need to do default? I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it required to do default? Or, I don't think it is, but might be a good idea to add it still. But basically what I was thinking is like, we would have something kind of like this, and we would do what is needed. Switch case would be hard-coded. If you later decide you want to add a new menu, you will need to add that in multiple locations in code. On the other hand, having state objects, you'll have one creation. State objects. Interesting. I guess we could do that. I mean, because one of the examples said that we could do like a state, like an abstract class of state, like a base class, but it would have like virtual functions for handling like the certain events and like entering a certain state, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. No, wait, that's actually... no, wait, I can't. Shit. I think, I'm trying to think. So a base class, or what I'm thinking is a base class of state with pure virtual functions, pure virtual void functions, and then basically we would obviously have a function that would invoke the actual menu, right? Like I'm talking like for the derived classes, a function for actually invoking the menu, and then a function for maybe going to the next menu and going to the previous menu. Is kind of what I'm thinking, because it'll change based on the menu. You know what I mean? Like it'll change based on the menu. Yeah, that might be good. That might be good. So then we can just use, then it would be a lot more simple, I think, in terms of yeah, I think that might work. I don't know if that makes sense, what I just said, but you guys can let me know. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a state object might be good. like a base class of state. Somehow I had to stream pause for 15 minutes, wondering why I hadn't started. How are things going? Things are going good. Sorry about the delay, by the way, Apple. I like got home way later than I thought I would. So then I have to leave later too. So the menu would know what items it has and how to process the options within its state, right? Wait, menu. Wait, the menu would know what items it has and how to process the options within its state. Wait, so would a state be stored in the menu? No, wait, but that doesn't make sense. Well, maybe. I mean, I guess, ooh, yeah, maybe so. Well, what if we stored like a state in the menu itself, and then, no, wait, I don't know. I'm a little lost on what's going on. Because the way that I was thinking about it was like, we would need, I don't know. Getting confused. Well, I mean, I was going based on like, it's going based on this. Here, I can show you. It's going based on this, what this said about polymorphism, right? That we could define like a state base class with virtual void functions, and we can handle exiting and entering states based on that. A concrete state class is inherit from state. These virtual void functions, right? The main object holds a pointer to the current state object, delegating event handling to it. This approach promotes. This is kind of what I was thinking of doing. The menu is the state in this sense. You can't have anything else happening while your menu is up. So the menu is the state. So essentially, so the menu itself would be the state. That's a little, I actually don't know, actually. Yeah, that's true, because it's just menu state, so we'd essentially just be listing all the menus. And I think about it, the object that is invoking menu state can store the state, and the menu object can input the invoker object. That way you can contextualize what the menu does based off invoker state. So what you're saying is like, object that is invoking menu state, right, can store the state. And the menu object can input the invoker object that you could be. So like, hold on. It'd be like, I need like a Stack Overflow example. I don't know, because I'm also like going based on like, I'm also going based on what we already have. And I'm like, I don't want to like fuck everything up, I guess. It's just a design choice in the end. To be correct, you'd have to know what you want to have and how the code turns out. Just start writing and you'll see where you get without having it done. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. I'm just gonna start writing stuff. Like you have your enumeration of state, or you could have a variable of state, and you can have the stuff you were just talking about where like a menu object that menu object can either. Yeah, I was thinking of doing this. I was thinking of doing something kind of like this, but you do bring up a good point because it is hard coded. But what I was thinking, but then again, that's also hard coded. I don't know, they're all kind of hard coded in a way, or they're all kind of like difficult to, well, maybe. What I might be doing, or what I might be thinking is, well, no, it's kind of a lot actually. Hmm. Yeah, we could maybe store this state. We could store this state probably. Here's what I'm thinking currently. Here's what I'm thinking currently. We can store the state here somewhere, right? Just bear with me for a second. We could store the menu state here. Current menu state, something like that, right? It could automatically just be like fight menu. And then for what I'm thinking is we maybe have like a menu, or we could do this, I guess, maybe in the combat loop. I don't know. Typo at end menu object can take party as an input. Party would have base class with state. Menu would input object that base class. The thing is, if you put the decision logic directly in the code there, you'd be locked other menus. If you try to pull it out, the users can decide for themselves. If I put it directly in here, that's kind of what you're saying? Well, what I could do is like, because at the end of the day, like, if we would, hence I said try to make an object or something. Well, would that object not just be menu? Because essentially that's kind of what it's doing, and it's just like, it's kind of what that is, right? What I was doing is I was just trying to create the menu based on the state, or yeah, like based on the state in combat. Because it's not gonna go based on like a, well, I guess no, it would go based on combat. Because this is just purely a combat thing, right? Yeah, what I'd be thinking honestly is like we'd have maybe not just menu state, but also we'd have like a different state for like actually running the damage calculations and all that kind of stuff. And like every time it loops over the code, it I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think about. Because the thing about making an object is like I don't really see how that would be different from menu, or if we could just like, you know what I mean? Later you basically want to say something like add option or something, and the params should be what will be called when that option is chosen. So would we need to make like, in that sense, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's really more of a, I don't know. Just start writing. I'll just start writing shit at this point. I don't really understand exactly how, or the best way to do this, but then again, don't really need to figure it out. Just, you know, start writing stuff, kind of see where things go. Because like, I understand making an object and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, generic menu class could be used. Yeah, that's what we have. Or like we have a menu class, and basically what you're saying, because I mean, here's the way that the menu class works. essentially what we have is we just have like a menu that has a string and then a vector of commands, which a vector of commands has a function called command and then a string, the name of the command. We construct that, and then we also have a run menu function. And basically what happens, or the way that we're doing it right now, which honestly we could probably do this somewhere else, just to kind of make it look a little, or not look a little better, but just be better. This was just an example we wrote up last night. But yeah, basically this is how the, for instance, this is us creating the fight menu, right? With just one command right now. And it's doing fight menu options, pushback, and then like party stats. And then we use like a lambda kind of thing right here, right? So we're adding basically the name of it and then the actual function itself. Then we actually construct the main menu, and then we do run menu, which does this. Yeah, it does this. Basically just see console outs the menu message, prints all the different options, gets the option from the user, and then we actually we do some checks to make sure it's valid, and then we end up invoking that option, basically. So it's like we have a menu class already, and in terms of like state, I don't really see how that would be too different from this. Or like, I feel like maybe just adding on to this class would make the most sense in terms of like, maybe we just like have a we store like a state here in menu maybe. But then again, it's like, what are we exactly checking? Why would we check menu, like the menu state? I feel like we would want to construct the menu. Nothing against that, but you should try not to have so many while true loops, or generally there should be one game loop in future projects. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I did see this this while loop here. I know it's probably not best. But yeah, basically what I was thinking is we could just store the state here, current menu state, and then honestly maybe just in the combat loop we could possibly just do like a switch case and then invoke something based on the state. Like each one would have like a transition, or like a way to like transition to the next menu, something like that. Also each option, I feel like each menu should maybe have a pointer to the next one and the previous one. So we might actually want to add that too. Yeah, because I mean, if that's how we're going to do menus, like if that's how that's going to work, then we can do that. If we have like a menu that doesn't have like a previous one, we could just leave it as null or something like that. Do like a check. Yeah, okay, I kind of like that idea. It's a decent idea, I think. I don't know. We're making everything public. I don't really know why or care, but yeah, so we can do, let's see, what kind of pointer are we trying to do here? We just want to do a pointer to the next menu, so it'd be like a menu pointer. Just menu pointer next menu, I guess, and obviously we'll initialize that. Then a menu pointer previous menu. That might work fine. And then over here we can initialize it to be a null pointer. Which I think is fine, I think. Be sure. But I think this is kind of fitting the image that I have in my head. I don't know. At the end of the day, I mean, as long as it works, you know what I mean? We can clean it up later, maybe. I don't know. Once I learn new things and such. We can also clean this up later as well. This is no big deal. So it's essentially, it's kind of like a linked list, like a doubly linked list in a way. Because it just has a... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that in a way. but yeah, I was thinking of just storing menu state here. We can initialize it up here. Current menu state, and we would just set it equal to menu state, and then do byte menu. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay, just do that, and then where the fuck did I go? Okay, byte menu, and then basically what I was thinking is doing, or what I was thinking of doing was, and honestly, the thing is, I feel like this would kind of, I feel like this could honestly just, we can maybe, instead of doing like a menu state, I feel like menus holding pointers is going to cause problems if you have a more complicated menu system, but also I can't verbally formulate how it would go wrong, so maybe don't listen to me. No, I mean, it's a good concern. I just can't think of like, I can't think of what I would want to do in terms of having it be able to point to whatever the next menu is supposed to be and pointing to whatever the previous is supposed to be. Like for instance, if we had this one down here, right? We need to be able to have something that kind of signifies what the main menu, or like what the next one would be. So therefore we can then create like a command, we can create like a function somewhere that allows it to take in the menu object and then use that pointer to get the next menu, basically, is kind of what I was thinking. I know, I mean, it could cause problems, I guess. I mean, maybe. I mean, more complicated menu system. Yeah, because like, I don't know. In terms of the menu system, to me, it's just like a series of steps. Like, I feel like you're not really going to go, or a series of steps forward or backwards. I feel like it's not going to be too complex with what we're implementing. Although if we did something like kind of crazy or kind of way more complex, we'd probably need to add some stuff. But this is just kind of what I was thinking of first. First off, can I just check really quick that we're in the right branch? Okay, thank God. Cool. But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know. Like I said, might not be the right thing. I just, with what we have, you know, with like how simple this entire project kind of is, well, not simple, but with what we already have, it's like I don't want to break too much, and I don't know exactly how to do that without kind of avoiding too much refactorization. So the easiest thing would be to define conditions when a certain menu can be transitioned to. Like write on a paper which things must be true. Then make a transition array, a vector, together with their conditions. I'd make an array of conditions. When a certain menu can be transitioned to. I guess, so like in terms of like if the condition loop over the array and find the first transition that fits, and then go to that menu as next. Okay. I kind of see what you're putting down. So define conditions when a certain menu can be transitioned to. And then we would make a transition array vector together with their conditions. And then basically what you're saying is we would loop over the array and go to menu as next. Go to that menu. So how do we know, how do we get the menu from that though? That would give you a modifiable state machine within your menu system, which would allow you to define menu behavior by condition and not by pointer. I'm trying to think of the condition logic. Like conditional logic in terms of how this would work. Like for instance, the fight menu, the condition would have to be that, well, I mean, I guess the condition would be that the user selects one. I don't know. The user, well, no, but that would be kind of, that would, I mean, I see what you mean, like certain conditions, but I feel like I don't know how to check fight menu and that menu. You basically pre-bake the whole system. So you don't think I should do this? I mean, we don't have to do this, I guess. But it's like, does this really cause issues? Does storing pointers of menus really cause that many issues? Like in terms of what? Or maybe what we could do is we could do like a what's up, board? Can I call you board? What if your command function returned a menu pointer to the menu to transition to? The command, oh, so like you're saying like we would make a function basically, we would make a command that would return a menu pointer to the menu that we would need to transition to. Okay, I kind of see that. I don't know how that function, and then you pass it the previous menu as a pointer. What are you working on right now? We're working on the menu. We're working on like making like a state machine and such. But still kind of figuring out how the fuck we want to actually do it, basically. Because the way that I was going to do it is this, but I don't think, actually now that I think about it too, I feel like this is kind of, we don't really need to do this. It's in the title. Sorry, I'm so dumb. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it's a text-based RPG. Fucking duh. The hell, board. You're supposed to know this shit. It's in the fucking title, man. Jeez. So, that's kind of an interesting take. We could, and then so we have a command function that would basically return a menu pointer to the menu that we would need to transition to. And then we would pass it the previous menu, basically. An easy way to go to the previous menu is to keep a stack and push menus onto it. We thought about doing that last night. When the current menu is done, you just pop it off the stack and use the menu on top of the stack. We did think of doing that last night, but I was not so sure as far as, because the thing is, like, I mean, yeah, we could do that, I guess. But then it's like also, yeah, I mean, we could do a stack. I mean, I don't know, dude. There's so many fucking ways that we could do this. And I've been recommended so many different things that I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I need to choose one at this point. I don't think that we should do this. I don't think that we should do this. I think, because now that I think about it, I feel like this isn't going to actually work the way that I want it to. And in fact, I don't think that it really needs to be like this. Like, it doesn't need to, we don't need to basically treat it as like a linked list. Like, I mean, we could, I guess. I don't think this would do anything bad, but it's like, the stack is for previous menus, but you also need to hold all possibilities you want to transition to. Yeah, that's true. Well, again, what are we doing today? We're working on a state machine for the menu system. Can you describe what menu.h does and what assuming menu.h has your menu classes and then has actual object like functions? Yeah, basically, I would just go what you feel comfortable with as a student. If you mess up, it's a learning moment, or rather the user then can transition to. I might follow your advice, Mighty. Just kind of start writing shit. I mean, I'm a student at the end of the day, so, you know. But I will kind of describe what these do, or what I was thinking that we would do. I don't think I'll do this. I think that's kind of a bad idea. But basically, menu.h, to answer your question, Rai, basically, oh shit. Basically, yeah, so we have a struct, a command struct, which holds the name of the command and then the actual function that the command invokes. Then we also have here in the menu class, we have a menu message, which is like the message that the menu would actually, you know, like display on the screen. And then a vector of commands as the options of that menu. Constructor, obviously, and then a run menu function, which basically just prints the options and gets the selection from the user. So, are you comp sci or software engineering? I am comp sci. Which is people like to think that software engineering and comp sci are the same, like when it comes to degree wise, but they're definitely not. Comp sci is more theoretical, I think. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm thinking, we could do the implementation of a stack, I guess. Or kind of explore how that would work. Like here, let's forget about this for a second. I'm gonna keep it here, but let's just kind of forget. We'll forget about it for right now. They're not, yeah. They're definitely not. I think software engineering's more like hands-on shit. So. But wait, didn't we include stack? We did, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So basically, we would have a stack of menus, essentially, right? This is just us writing stuff, all right? If it looks messy, it's because it's kind of just us like exploring stuff, me exploring stuff. A stack of menus, menu stack. And basically, what we would do is I'm gonna put this over here because I don't know why I like that more, but yeah, we would just end up doing, sorry, not stack, menu stack, and then we would do push the fight menu options, or sorry, the main menu. We would push the main menu, right? Comp-sci is learning a machine is and how it works. So we're just learning how to bend it to your will. Do you have a menu slash push yet? I can't seem to find it on the repo. No. Well, I mean, I have the what we have right now. Everything should be pushed. There's three different branches. Ignore the battle menu one. Don't look at that one, please. For the love of God, do not look at the battle menu one. That one was awful. But we have the menu system branch, which is the one that we're currently working on. What's the difference between a stack and vector? I thought it was only arrays and vectors. A stack is like, isn't it first in, first out, right? Stack is, or sorry, wait, sorry. Last in, first out. My bad. I had to think about it for a second. But yeah, yeah, you guys are kind of already explaining it. It's basically kind of like a data structure in a way. Oh, I forgot it just existed. Now you're good. Yeah. The main branch has like the code that you can execute and kind of see where the game is at currently. But yeah, everything else is kind of a work in progress right now. So yeah, so basically this is what I was thinking. We can push main menu, right? Excuse me, right? And we would end up pushing like 3 more menus essentially. And what would happen is, well, I'm trying to think of what would we need to do for going forward and for going backwards, right? Like if we had, let's just with these same options, just to have something, let's because we do want to test this, obviously. We'll do like a select. This is going to be like the select skill menu. Select skill. Right, and we're just going to fill in the same vector, I think, honestly. Okay, and we'll do the same thing for target. And we're just going to kind of test those guys out. Adapter is what I meant to say. Yeah, growable array. Growable array. Why did I? Can't say that, I guess. So basically what I was thinking is we would do main menu, we would do skill menu, select skill menu, we do select target menu. Treat the back as the top. Oh, like whenever you, I got you. I don't know, this might work. Basically what we would do is we would, like, if we wanted to reference the top of the thing, which right now would be, see, it's last in first out, so it would be, I guess it would be this, wouldn't it? Yeah. So maybe we would, so maybe this is actually reversed. Maybe it would need to be, yeah, probably so, right? It'd need to be like this, wouldn't it? I think so. So we need to do this. Pop. And then, yeah, then we could get like run menu, for instance. Basically was what I was thinking. Run menu, and then based on the option, we could do some kind of command that would allow us to pop we can pop the stack. We can have like a command that would pop the stack. And then go to the next one. But then again, like for the back option, that doesn't make much sense though, because then it's like if we want to do a back option, it would have to push the main menu back into the stack. So really, I feel like the stack is only really useful for going forward. That's the thing, you'd want to go forward and backwards. That's why like a doubly linked list made the most sense, or some kind of implementation of that. Which, I mean, we could maybe do that. We could implement something like that if you guys think that'd be the better option. I don't know, like, I feel like a stack is only really good for going forward. But I mean, again, damn, I'm gonna have to put on my fucking jacket again, dude. It's so cold. Yeah, we can probably do that. I don't think anyone said hi to my Snorlax yet, by the way. Kinda disappointed. Kinda disappointed. Oh. Damn. Go with an array, you can keep it baked if you have an index. Use a stack, then you can use pop back to remove the last menu. Love the Festus Snorlax, thank you. Good to see you, Kevin, by the way. Or bad for cash. Yeah, I know doubly linked lists aren't great. We could do the pop, we could use pop back. But is that a thing for, wait, is that a thing for stack though? Can you even do pop back? I thought it was just pop. Yeah, it's just pop. Because it, well, I mean, this one pops the last, right? The idea is that you only push onto the stack as the menus activate. Oh. Bad maybe if you have crazy objects. Then if that menu activates another menu, that's when you push. Okay. Okay, I see that. I can see that vision. Okay, that makes sense. And then basically if we wanted to, yeah, so then if we wanted to go to the previous menu, we would just pop and we go to the previous menu, right? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that kind of does, yeah. So we would start with the main menu, and then as the main menu, yeah. So basically, here's kind of what I'm getting out of that. So menu stack, we start with the main menu. I don't know why I deleted all that code, but it's whatever. Do that, right? And then based on whatever happens in that main menu, if it's like, or whatever command is invoked from that main menu, we would have some kind of command or some kind of function that would allow us to modify this stack, I think. Or, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's possible. Pretty sure that's possible. The base menu that you usually see lives at the bottom of the stack. Right. Yeah. And yeah, so then we'd have like a command that would essentially then end up modifying the stack to push the yeah, okay, I see. Okay, no, I see. Yeah, I think I understand. So we'd have like a because then also that kind of so we would need to have some kind of function that would allow us to modify the stack. Is that possible? That's possible, isn't it? Yeah, of course, I think so. We would just pass it into, or do we want to pass a whole fucking stack though? It doesn't make any sense. That way the menu stack cannot live, or we may not need to do the menus. We can maybe make it like a global thing actually instead. Or like, not like global, but we can do like, we can make it a part of the object, I guess maybe. Back in the day, the Myst game used this architecture for the whole game. Really? It's crazy. Like a stack? Okay, I kind of understand what we're doing. Stack cannot live within a menu. Just be inside your game class or whatever is at the top level. So the stack would need to be at the top level, so like the game loop, I guess, essentially. Well, this is only going to be for the combat though. Well, okay, but I mean I do see your point though, because then it's like, yeah, because then it's like the main menu. How would that work, right? So I guess so. I kind of understand what you mean now. Yeah, so like somewhere here in the game loop, which, dude, I haven't seen this shit in a minute, but we would essentially, or yeah, we'd have the menu stack somewhere here, basically, and then we would, I guess, use that stack here as well. But would we need to pass in, like, because the way that I'm thinking about it is like, each menu does have its options. Options are not menus. Well, yeah, I know that, but like, I'm trying to think. Yeah. In the game loop, how does, hold on, wait, let me look here really quickly. Because I feel like we would need to pass in the stack, or pass it, maybe not pass in the stack. We don't need to pass in the stack, but we can just pass in the menu object, but that's kind of expensive. I don't know. basically we would have a stack somewhere here. I don't know if any of these are included in it. I think so, but we're gonna include stack anyways. That's probably not a good idea to do that, but whatever. And then let's just have a stack. Am I using namespace somewhere? I think I am. Oh well. We'd have a stack of menus, which I don't think this also recognizes. We need to do that too, wouldn't we? Are you get encompassing menu class? Encompassing menu class that has a stack as a member. Then you can add new menu objects to the class, which will put them on its stack. An encompassing menu class. So like a base class, or well, I mean, yeah, basically, I guess. So we'd have two different menu classes. One is not exactly a menu class, but it's like just like a menu, like a menu manager kind of class. We'd call the class like menu manager. It has a stack as a member. Then you put new menu objects to the class, which will then stack. Okay, I see what you mean, I think. So we'd add like a menu manager class, basically. I think is kind of what that would be. We can try that. Excuse me. Yeah, we can try that. Is the, well, yeah, we'd have some other stuff to it, I guess. Yeah, because right now, all that we're really doing is we're doing like in place back, like we're treating it just like a vector would, or like we would for a vector. So, anyways, menu. So basically this would have a stack. I don't think it would need anything else if I'm being honest. Stack of, we need to include menu as well. Stack of menus. And we would just do like a menu stack. If I could spell it right. Okay, and then basically, just because it's bad design to have menu selection stuff with the game class, got you. So small doesn't make any difference though. Also, don't worry about the cache. It's pre-optimization that will have no noticeable effect on performance for a program like this. But those nanoseconds. We gotta have the most efficient game possible. We need to have the most efficient terminal game possible. I want maximum frames. So we need to make sure of that. And I guess we could have like some functions too, honestly, to like add a menu and stuff. But then again, it's like, I feel like that's essentially just popping and, you know what I mean? Just because it receives it doesn't. Bro. I don't know what else would be needed for this, honestly. I mean, we could, I don't know, like we could do that, I guess. But then again, I don't really see the point in that. I don't know. Please don't, though. I mean, do we need other functions for this? I don't know. It's a good habit to have that kind of stuff in mind. Cache running stuff isn't. It's generally not to run this shitty performance. Yeah. I guess we would need a fucking constructor, I guess, huh? I guess we could essentially just pass in the actual menu itself. Sure. And then like, do we pass in the entire stack though? Like whenever we construct an object, would we literally just be creating an entire stack? Or would we maybe want to pass in something different? I don't know. This is because I mean, well, I guess we can just do like it can construct however it needs to. And I guess we could create, because I mean, I guess the menu will be kind of the same, or we can just modify what the menu stack will look like always from here. So I guess we don't really need to make it all that big of a deal. We could just add like functions like next menu, which is essentially just doing like a pop function. And then maybe like a previous menu. But the thing is like, no, just pass in a menu object and have the function add it to the stack. So in terms of the constructor, nothing, but you're saying we'd have like a function, we'd have like add menu basically, and we would just pass in like a menu, something like that basically. Or I guess add menu would essentially be going to the next menu. So it'd really be more like next menu, right? Pass by reference or pointer. Oh yeah, that's true. Yes. Make it a function like add menu and then back to pop the top. Got you. Okay. Yeah, we'd want to pass it in as a reference though, right? Because it's an object. Or something like that. Wait, is it here or there? Oh, it's here. I forget. Yeah, so we'd have something like that, and then we'd have like previous menu. Which this probably wouldn't need to do anything. We just need to pop for that one, I think. For add menu, do a const reference as well. It's not changing. Oh, okay. Const reference like that one? No, not like that one. Fuck it. Yeah, and then shit. And then what I'm thinking is we would do like menu, or sorry. Menu. Essentially what this would do is we would just, what is this? Oh, menu manager, obviously. And then what we would do is we would just do take the menu stack and do push some kind of main menu, I guess. Wait, where would we... Do we need to like store the menus somewhere? Or, I mean, I guess we don't. I mean, need to do something like that. Because I thought about it too, like, we're kind of creating... Because I mean, I'd want like the main menu to be constructed by default. So I guess, I mean, I guess we can create like a main menu here, I guess. I don't know. The menu is stored in stack memory. Oh, in the stack memory. So do we just need to create the menu inside of the stack? Basically? Is that what you're saying? Rest of the menus will be pushed by the main menu substitute. Right. If you want a main menu by default, then construct it in the constructor function. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I have to remember how the fuck we did that though. Yeah, so we just created like a function like this. It's essentially just going to be, I mean, it's going to be a very simple function. And we'll need to include menu, I guess. Do we already include menu? I think so, don't we? Yeah, we'd have to. So we could just do a vector of commands. We can define this here, can't we? Anyway, you have header guards. Oh, do I need to do that? Yeah, make a display function that displays the top of the stack menu. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I included menu.h here. Wait, how did we make it that one time? We made it like this, didn't we? Yeah, we just ended up passing in this, but well, I mean, okay, that should work then, I guess. No? Wait, what is it trying to expect? It recognizes command, I think. Type name is not allowed. But I need to make this outside of the function. I mean, I can't, or outside of the constructor. I mean, like, I can do that. I didn't want to do it. You can't define it in place. Can't define it here. I'd have to find it out here, I guess. That sucks. You'd have to have like an initializer for it? No. Wait, unless I read that wrong. Oh, I fucking stupid. No, it doesn't. I guess I can only do this. But I guess it doesn't matter. In this initializer, I mean, this is probably the stupidest question, but can I... No name? Oh, okay. And then in this initializer, I don't know if this is how this works, so please correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Genuinely. Like I said, I'm a student. But can I, like... Can I somehow add to this vector inside of this initializer? Is that possible? I'm not too well versed with initialize, like using this kind of syntax. So I don't exactly know. That would be really cool if I could do that. It's not needed, I guess, but yeah, with an initializer list. Oh, I've heard initializer list. What is that? Let me see. This might be the time to use it. I've seen that before. Wait, what? It is what you have there. Just add elements. You just add elements to it. That's pretty sick. I didn't know that. So I can just add like, it's a little weird though, because it's like I'd have to, like for instance on the way that we did it here, because it would kind of look messy. I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess, but like, you see what I mean? Like we'd have to do like this, I guess. Like if I wanted to do this, for instance, what would that look like? Like if we did this and then we did this. Well, that's probably syntax. Well, maybe. I mean, shit, it seems to pass in fine. It would be kind of like this. And then essentially we just kind of do this too. Kind of like that. Would it be like this? That's pretty sick if we can do this, because that kind of, it's pretty cool. Obviously we wouldn't use this, but you know what I mean? Like it would be like byte and then whatever we need to use for the fight function, basically. Yep. Nice. It's fucking awesome. It's actually sick. I like that. Look at that. I'm learning new shit. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't want to like make everything outside of this and then, you know what I mean? So we'd have byte print party stats. Hell yeah. Print party stats, and then same thing kind of here. And then for the last one, we do like quit. Shit. Yeah. So basically it'd be like this. That's essentially what we need to do. And then we would end up pushing this at the very end to the stack. That's sick. I like this implementation. This is good. This is some good shit. Ooh. So I guess now we can kind of define what the main menu function would be. Just while we're here, you know. As far as fight goes, that's essentially just pushing us to the, excuse me, to the next menu. So we would need, that's another thing too, commands. Cause like the way that we're currently doing it is like, doing it like this. So we need to pass in some kind of function that would be accessible for the menu manager to invoke on the stack, which, I mean, honestly, that's pretty easy now that I think about it. Because, like, we would just need, like, a function. It would just be, like, next menu. So, yeah, actually, that's actually pretty easy. Fight is easy, I should say. But I feel like, okay, but the thing is, we would need, like, a specific function for the specific command. So, where would be the best place to put that? I'm trying to think. Because, like, for instance, we would need like a specific function for constructing and adding the the fight menu, right? What's up I like is to pretend to all your class members. That way you can easily differentiate between non-member variables. I think I've seen something like that. They add like underscores. Yeah, I recognize that my style for C++ is actually kind of all over the place. I don't even think using camel case is actually right. That's something I'd pick up from JavaScript. Although I think it's weird in C++ because it's like you use it sometimes, but you use like, you know, the underscores some other time. I don't know. But yeah, so I mean, we'd have to have like a function for constructing each menu, wouldn't we? Namespaced free functions as your menu factories. Like the function's just like living like on a separate file somewhere. There's no right or wrong. It's a matter of taste, and some things work better if you work in a team. Yeah. Some things work better if you have documentation or a plan, which I didn't do. So. Menus, create main menu. Yeah, essentially. But the thing is though, like, should we just add that to menu manager? Basically, like, would we just add the functions to literally create the main menus? Add menu, const menu. Right, but yeah, I guess so. But I mean, yeah. Hold on. I'm replying to a text. I'm trying to think of oh shit, I need to fucking charge my phone too. Yeah, here, I'll just start writing stuff and we'll just kind of see. Cuz maybe I don't know, I tend to overcomplicate shit like all the time. So yeah, okay. So basically fight, that command, the command would essentially just be next menu, right? I think we would need to pass in this, and it would just be like add, or next menu. And then pass in. Okay, this is gonna look kind of weird though, because like then we'd literally be creating the, you know what I mean? We'd quite literally be creating the menu here. Which, I mean, is okay, but you know, it's kind of interesting. Menu manager, add menu, menus, create menu. Create main menu was kind of my thought. If you need factory functions. Is factory functions a good idea? I'm assuming those are functions to basically just construct an object. I've actually never heard factory function before. I don't know if it'd be a good idea here though. No, don't use next menu. Don't use next menu. Use a plugin so you could do it by type by using templates. Oh, my fucking back hurts. Don't do next menu. Yeah, we might want to have factory menu or factory functions in that case. Add this specific menu type. I guess like where would we store those functions though? Like where would we store the function? Or I guess we could just store them here in menu manager. Like essentially we just have like, okay, but then isn't returning objects like not a good idea? Because then wouldn't we literally be like we'd be returning menu? Well, I mean, I guess it's not crazy, but it's like create main, or maybe not create main menu, but like create byte menu, right? Which would return a menu, which would then be added to next menu. Right? We do like next menu and then basically like create byte menu. Right? No? Oh, I'm stupid. It's kind of what I was thinking, but that might not be right. Hi, what's up, scary one? How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Do you like my Snorlax? I hope to see a yes in chat. This is kind of what I was thinking. Because then what would happen is this function would be invoked. It would create the fight menu. Then it would do next menu, which adds the menu to the stack, or the menu stack, right? And basically all this really is just creating the main menu, which honestly, if we're doing factory functions, we can make this just instead like a, we can instead maybe like do this, I don't know, something like that. If you don't need variable data in a menu, you can make static menu objects as part of the class. Otherwise, you'll need to construct them with whatever variables. This method seems kind of cool, or the one that I'm currently on right now. Cause like, although, good watching you, man. My name is Red. Psychary one? Is that an I? The fuck is that? I think that's an I. Psychary one? Is that it? Or a scary one? Scary one? I'm confused. Yeah, I mean, that would be kind of cool. It's just that I mean, it's better than what we did have. But we'd have basically just functions that we could do that, honestly. It's honestly, it's the method that makes the most sense to me. And I feel like that's what matters at the end of the day. Although if anyone has any other comments, you know what I'm saying. Forget it, brother. Focus on your work. Sorry. I'm sorry, Scary. Don't let Snorlax near my, what does that say? Dash buns? Dash bun? What? What is that, German? Okay. So basically we would copy this, I think, and we just do like void menu manager, create main menu. And we just copy this here. It's not working. Did we add parameters for that? Create main menu? It's gonna be something so stupid, I already know. Oh, void. Yeah, it's, yeah, okay, duh. I'm so used to writing that. Right, okay. This is a little weird though, because, well, no, I mean, I guess it's not too weird. Is a fairly bred dog Pokemon. I love him. Oh, okay, because Snorlax is a Pokemon. Yeah, I got you. Despite having a Pokemon, I don't really know too much about Pokemon, unfortunately. If run menu was virtual and you stored it polymorphically as base class pointers, you can enable something like template, type name, menu type, add menu with invitation that purchase menu type. That's a cool method. I think we're just gonna do this because honestly, we've been trying to work on the fucking menus for like the past 2 streams, and I need something that actually like prints something at some point. Like, you know what I mean? So we can run around so many different ideas, but this will work for now, and that's fine. This will work for now, and that's okay. We can maybe come back to it at a later date, you know what I mean? And if we want to like implement it differently or something, but like right now this is fine. Print party stats. We're gonna need to grab the party though for this one. Shit. Wait, how do we do that? How do we do this? Because like, how do we... I mean, can we just pass it in like as a parameter? I don't know. I'm still very new to Lambda functions. Hold on. This might be a codex question. In this file, how can I get the party so that I can use the print party method and this lambda function? Don't worry, it's not coding for me, it's just agent. Sorry, it's not an agent, it's just chatting. Where does the party live? Like whenever it's constructed? Is that your question? It would live, well, the party would live, I guess in the game loop. Or yeah, in the game loop. But I mean, obviously, I guess, but pass the party object in create main menu. Yeah, I mean, we could. Is that like, well, yeah, that's kind of weird though. Like, I mean, is that the only way that we can do that? Is we'd have to pass it in here? I mean, I guess that, I mean, obviously that makes sense. But then it's like, for instance, if we wanted to create the main menu here, we would need to pass in, whenever we actually create the menu manager, we would need to pass in, because I feel like the menu manager would need to be added before the, you know what I'm saying? How did this do it? Yeah, okay. It does look like we'd have to do that in that case. Yeah, okay. So we would have to do that, essentially. Or it looks like menu manager. Oh, what the fuck? We need to handle the player party inside menu manager itself. Scroll pointer, I think, shit. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that. So whenever it constructs, it would construct with the player party. But then that's like kind of odd because it's like, I mean, think about it. We're doing this for one function. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing it for one function. I mean, obviously, I feel like we wouldn't need anything else. What are you doing, Codex? Seems a little messy, but I don't know what else you could do. I don't know either. Based on this implementation, I have no idea. It fucking is messy, honestly. When I think about it. If party ever moves, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Yeah, so this probably isn't a good idea then in that case. Shit. Fuck, well then how would we even... Ugh. I think I'm gonna switch my major. I'm gonna be a finance major, fuck it. At this point. So does that kind of like shoot this entire implementation like to the ground, basically? Because I feel like good work. Don't surrender. Don't worry, I'm not. Yeah, I feel like this entire implementation is kind of like just shot to the ground at this point. Like, if that's... Because that would really be a... If this is just a text-based RPG, conceptually, a menu is just a function which takes the game state and prints the menu and then waits for input. Well, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like, the thing is, I wanted to implement. It's kind of crazy how we got here, because if you look at the top left of my screen, right? You just see the first one, which is the only one that really kind of matters, which is add back option, right? We had that, and we were working on adding a back option, and that led to creating an entirely new menu system, because obviously I was like, well, damn, this is kind of like really difficult, or this is kind of like really not scalable if I, you know what I mean? Like if I didn't implement like an entirely new menu system. So that's kind of how we got here. GS is all about thinking the dumbest person for like 5 minutes, figuring out how to do something and thinking you're a genius 8 hours a day. Yeah, I definitely feel a bit stupid, a bit dumb. Ugh. Yeah, because I don't want to do this shit. I mean this right here doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, because then, like, what? We'd have to store the entire fucking party? Like, for the menu manager? Like, that's just kind of like... ew. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. Ugh. I mean, we could do this. It's just like... Well, I mean, okay, let's just try to think about it. Well, no, because, like, then, like, for instance... Nah, dude, because then it's like at the same time. Well, actually, wait. Maybe. No. It would still suck, actually, now that I think about it. Most games have a global context object where the game state lives. Where all the game state lives. That might be what we need, honestly. I'm going to advocate again for commands returning a pointer to the next menu to go to. Then I don't think you need a menu manager. Maybe not, honestly, yeah. We'd have like a command that would just return a pointer to the next menu. Could do that, I guess. It's just like, I don't know. Can you return a command and execute it somewhere else after getting it from menu or something like that? I don't think so. Which also causes issues. Bro. You know, this is what happens when you don't write documentation or you don't plan anything. You just start writing. This is what happens. Let this be a case study. We could do Apple's implementation of it, basically. We could just have like a command, or like certain commands basically would return a menu. But I guess like the command itself, I'm kind of like trying to figure out how that would really work exactly. I mean, we could do that. Like the way that I think about it is, I'm gonna commit these changes before I do anything else, because I like the idea of a menu manager. I just don't know if it's really gonna be needed if we're gonna run into shit like this. So, so like we'll kind of keep it for right now. But, I do want to kind of play around with that idea. Memory leaks? Maybe. But it's fine. Just fuck it. Yes, the way that I would maybe think about doing it. Simplest solution is to have a menu enumeration and keep that on the stack, then switch on the enumeration and call the appropriate function that draws the menu. Well, yeah, I mean, what we kind of had initially was like, we had... Having a menu manager might still kind of work, but we may not need to do the implementation that I was thinking we needed to do. Like, maybe instead we can just do... Oh yeah, we have already kind of tried some enumeration stuff. Menu state. We kind of did something like that, I guess. You guys are making me nervous too. It says I have 27 people in my live. Damn. I'm a fucking third year third year CS student, and I'm supposed to code to the best of my ability in front of 27 people. Come on now. I can't do that. Okay. I still like the idea of a menu manager, but I think doing this is just pointless. Or it's just like, it doesn't really make much sense. Like, I think constructing the actual menus would actually need to happen, outside of this. Maybe that's the fucking thing. Maybe that's what we need to do. Thanks, Oliver. Appreciate it. You're the goat. Thanks, man. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is maybe like in the game loop, we can do all this shit. Maybe that would make more sense instead of doing like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you need a menu registry. What the fuck is that? It's a menu registry. Menu registry. Refers to using the... Oh, that's probably not it. Jeez. Is a project for school or just doing it for fun? Just doing it for fun. Just doing it for fun. If you guys want access to the repository, it is... You can do !code and you can find... Especially where the menu goes. Oh, menus go? Gotcha. On Friday, I had to do a live bug fix and a Python tool for ESPN on the fly in a meeting. This is good practice. For ESPN? Like, the ESPN? Like, is that... Wait, what? Like, the network? The sports network? ESPN? Like, deadass? At this point, just try it out or I'll slap you with ideas. Have the knowledge of the project. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is true. That is true. Let's just do something kind of like that, because I think creating the main menu here would just make no fucking sense. So maybe what we should do instead... I guess we really don't need a constructor. I mean, it would just need to be initialized with nothing. The stack would just have nothing, basically. So maybe we don't really need a constructor. Well, I mean, shit. That's sick. That's pretty cool, Kevin. Hey, I knew you were like, you know, obviously advanced, but bro, what? Doing shit for ESPN? See, look, now I got someone like who does stuff for ESPN watching me, bro. Like, that's a lot of pressure. No, I'm playing. Server ownership and lookup somehow. Yeah, I think menu manager is still good, but maybe like in the game is where we would actually need to... Yeah, I think I'm looking at this wrong. Or I've been looking at this wrong. The game file is actually what we probably need to be looking at. Obviously. Because that's kind of where everything lives. Killing it. Kevin is always killing it. What does his shirt say? Whose shirt? Thanks for the sub, Kronlash. Appreciate it. Shirt? What shirt? My shirt? I probably shouldn't show that because it kind of doxes myself, low-key. But it's fine. Let's see here. Menu strategy sounds interesting. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Isn't that... I mean, but how's that different from a menu manager? Or are you saying like we would create a menu registry like in the game loop? Is that kind of what you mean? Because essentially the way that I'm... Essentially what I'm... Or how I'm looking at it is like... If we go to the game loop... This looks terrible, first off. Let's just kind of get that out of the way. This looks atrocious because it's not... It's not using our current implementation of anything. So how long have you been working on this? Since Halloween. So I probably should be done by now, but honestly, like, we started off very simply with a very simplistic idea, excuse me. And I just started adding stuff, and I've had to do a lot of refactoring. I've made a lot of messes, so that's kind of where we're at currently. So, but yeah, since Halloween, so it's been over a month. Yeah, over a month, still not done with this simple text-based RPG. So And I've probably like streamed for 200 hours doing this shit. Probably not 200 hours, but I've probably streamed a fucking good amount. So, yeah, basically for the game loop, what we would do, ignore everything, firstly. Ignore everything. This probably need to be changed to a size T. But we would essentially create a menu. By the way, we need to include, or I guess we can include it here, can't we? It doesn't matter, but still. I want to include both menu and menu manager, I think, honestly. Just a way to look them up, something that returns the correct menu given an identifier. Gotcha. Okay, I kind of understand what you mean. Just like a way to reference the correct menu, basically. We need to do menu, right? Menu slash menu slash menu manager.h. Okay. But yeah, just like a way to like reference the menus, I guess. Like the correct one. Thanks guys for 7 likes, by the way. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Say hi to my Snorlax. Okay, back to coding. Yeah, so basically, where did everything go? Here we would do menu manager. We'd create like a menu manager and it would just be like, just like manager or some shit. And basically it would initialize with nothing. Or like the actual stack would have nothing in it at first, obviously. Yeah, it could be static as long as you explicitly clean it up. Gotcha. So basically we'd create the manager here. But what I was thinking is like, here maybe in game, we would have, I don't know. Because we already we kind of store everything we need to here in game. I'm too sorry to be talking about this stuff, sorry. No, you're good, you're good. I appreciate the help. You're helping me out, so. Helping me look at things, you know, from a good perspective. But damn, we just climbed up to 10 likes. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. We just recently hit 550 subs last night. So thank you guys for the support on that. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I think I kind of have an idea of what we're going to do. Essentially, what I'm thinking is we can maybe do the same implementation from the menu manager. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, it still might not be the best implementation of it, but I do think that it would still work. Or, and I mean, like, that's what we need, is we need something that actually works. So maybe what we had would still kind of work in terms of using the game. I don't know, it's kind of weird still. Still kind of weird. Or maybe we can just do like, well, no. Quick menu, heading into lurk mode, gotta do stuff. All right, PK. Sounds good, sounds good. I will scream as loud as I can if I need you. Yeah, maybe we could still do this. We can maybe still do this. And it's kind of weird passing in something, but it's like at the same time, I think it may work in terms of like, it's kind of messy, yes, but at the same time, I don't know, dude. We need something that works at the end of the fucking day, all right? We need something that actually does something, because I've been sitting here thinking about how to do this in the best way possible, and just can't seem to find it, can't seem to get it. So, would we need to pass in this for this, or could we just this for this? Nice sentence. Yeah, so what I was thinking is we can just kind of do what we were, roger that. What I was thinking is we can maybe do what we were talking about earlier, which I know sounds terrible. Yeah, I know it sounds terrible, but now that I think about it, it will work, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Basically, we would just pass in party. We party, pass in a reference to the party, which also this has no idea what a party is. We need to do, what is it? Party, not presentation types. Party, right? Slash, excuse me. Party.h? No, doesn't get it. Oh, it's because, you know what's happening. It's doing this. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, that should work. Okay. It's a party, reference to party, create fight menu, create main menu. Do we need to? We probably do though, right? Yeah, we probably do. In terms of the main menu, I think so, right? Fight menu, maybe. I don't know. I'll just leave that for now. Yeah, so I think we could just do I'm procrastinating. You're procrastinating? Well, stop. It's finals week. Now is not the time to procrastinate. Or it's about to be finals week. Now is not the time. Can we pass in the party here? Does that work? No. Does not work. Yeah, no shit, party isn't a type name. What are you talking about? Oh, maybe we can't do that. Would it be here then that we need to pass it in? Okay, so I think it's there. So we need to do like party, and then I guess that's not it. Get party info. Just that, I think, right? Yeah, I think so. Cool. And then in terms of, here's what I do: make menu class a virtual class with whatever common functions, including a display function that takes in a party variable. And then basically just we would create derived menu classes, and they would just be like main menu, that kind of shit. We were initially going to do that. In fact, I started to do that and then I stopped. I'm currently writing parsers, so please say 18 holy prayers for my journey through hell. I only have to create presentation and study for exam on Thursday. Oh, okay. If your exam's on Thursday, that's not too bad. In that case. Yeah, so basically what you're saying is we would just do like derived, essentially. Hi, so you're making text-based RPG? I am. What's up, Brody? Good to see you. Exactly. Okay. Do you think that would be better than this, Kevin? If so, I think we'll do that method. Because that's what I was going to do initially, but I kind of got worried about like, because like think about how many derived classes we would need to make. I mean, maybe not a lot in terms of this, but it did scare me, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we could do that. But yes, we are creating a text-based RPG. We're currently working on the menu system. Oh shit. If you want the repository, you can type !code and it will send you a link to the repository. So, by the way, I saw that I had 11 likes and then I went down to 10. So whoever the fuck unliked it, fuck you. No, I'm kidding. Do you feel like C++ is good for beginners? I mean, I recommend Python, kind of like the normal answer. C++ is, I mean, if you know, then when you call any function in menu manager, you can call the corresponding menu function, which will behave for whatever is on top of the stack. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. I think we'll do that method. But C++ is good if you already kind of have a good basic understanding of programming, essentially. Yeah. And that's true too. It kind of depends on what you want to do. Like for instance, I wanted to start off with web development, so I kind of started with JavaScript, which, holy shit, wrong decision there. Let's get rid of these and just kind of do it in that method, that methodology that Kevin was talking about. Yeah, because you are right. I think that way the menu manager can just kind of invoke whatever the functions probably needs to do, and then we can go from there. So basically we'd have, okay, so you're saying we'd basically have a main menu derived class, a fight menu derived class, select skill menu derived class. Excuse me, can I stop my voice, dude? Still beginner. Consider myself a beginner, even though I mostly use JavaScript and Python. I've only been learning for 3 months and still consider myself a beginner. No, yeah. Those are good beginner languages. JavaScript is good. I mean, JavaScript is good. Thanks for the sub, the Lone Wojak. Appreciate you. If managing your own memory and lifetimes is interesting to you, I say go for it. Okay. C++ was my first, basically only. What's up, Lavender? Only? So you're like an expert? You're like a big time expert on C++? Should we store the, no, that's probably bad actually. Beginners should start with machine code. Yeah, basic actually. No, assembly. Assembly would be my recommendation, Brody. If I were you, I would start with assembly. Off rip. Just fucking full dive in there. How do you learn to swim? You get thrown into the water. Okay. This is kind of interesting. Absolutely not. Sup, new in game development. Object-oriented programming. Yeah. That's what I'm using here. What's up, cool man? I'm also a beginner, so don't. I'm a student, not a professional. So, yeah. By the way, while we have like 30 people, Snorlax says hi. Alright, there we go. Ironically, many beginners would have less trouble with pointers if they did some assembly first. This is so weird. Aren't we literally just gonna be? Fuck it. We can just start doing it. At this point, who cares? I don't think we're gonna need a lot of menus for this. It's not like we really need this to be like super big. So honestly, let's just fucking do it. Let's just start running it. At this point, I feel like run menu would still work just fine though. Honestly, it would just obviously have different things. So yeah, I do think main menu would still be fine. Like display, but I don't think, I guess, I mean, really the only thing that would change is the constructor, wouldn't it? I feel like, yeah, I feel like the only thing that would really change is the constructor. What I'm considering doing is, this may not be good, but what I'm considering doing is literally just doing main menu. Who cares if you're not a professional? Learn and see what we can do. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing. I decided that I wanted to learn C++ to the best of my ability. So what did I do? I started streaming, so that way I can practice in front of 30 people. And that way you guys can see the absolute atrocious mess that I can make. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Okay. Yeah, essentially all that would really change is just the constructor, I think. You know what I mean? Basically, the constructor would actually make the menu itself. So, I mean, is this even really a good idea? Because, I mean, this runs perfectly as a menu. The only thing that we're kind of worried about is, seem worse in interviews, you're good. All right. What if like in the, no, that's kind of weird. What if we like, this might sound so stupid, but hear me out. What if like in this constructor, because that's kind of the only real issue that we're experiencing right now is like how to construct the menus. What if in this constructor we do, once again, might sound stupid, but we pass in like a menu state or something kind of detailing what kind of menu it is. And then it does, oh shit, that might actually be kind of stupid though. And then basically what happens is it it does like a conditional that checks like what the menu state is, and then it constructs it based on that conditional. You know what I mean? Because I feel like making derived classes when literally the only thing that would need to be changed is just how it constructs is a little iffy. Like it doesn't make much sense. And then the menu manager still works the same, or would still need to work the same. So I don't know. That's kind of a, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, it's like we could, like, for instance, we could have it where menu stores. Does menu already have the enumeration or no? I mean, fuck it. I don't even know why we have or why we even have that enumeration here instead, or yeah, here instead of the menu. Should probably put it here, shouldn't we? Menu state, and then basically what we would do is we would just store a menu state, basically. It's called state. Maybe that would be a factory, I think. A factory, is that like a term? You can make like a virtual menu class and then make like fight menu as a derived class of menu. Well, right, like, I mean, that's what I was gonna do, but the only reason Fire King confuzzled, yeah, honestly, I'm confuzzled too, bro. I'm confuzzled too. I was gonna do that, but I was like, I don't know why. I mean, would we still need to, that's what I was thinking. And then next menu can be next menu fight menu, or what you have. Yeah, we could do that. He's just now using lambda functions. We can do so many other things. Dude, if I would have known about lambda functions, I feel like that a lot of what we have over here would have would change basically. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. We can do next menu, fight menu, right? But I guess the only thing is, like, I don't know. I mean, we could just do that. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Essentially, I was just trying to think of like not doing a ton of stuff, I guess. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, it's kind of the same thing, just a different way of doing it. What's going on here? Oh yeah, stupid. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Main menu, this. So we probably don't need this. I will keep this just in case we want it later, but for right now, let's do this. And basically, in the constructor, we could do something like, and I know this is all in the same file. This is more so just like a proof of concept. Not menu. Here's where we would do this. Wait, did I delete that code? Oh shit, I did. Oh well. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. So first things first, we would probably just do something like this and do, what's it called again? What did we call it? Menu message? Menu, oh shit. Menu message. If you want to be a boss, you make each command as a tuple struct of a command string and function pointer instead of lambdas. I don't want to do anything different than what I'm doing right now. I don't want to fuck up anything else. I just want something that works at the end of the day, and I feel like that's what matters. So much going on. Not for real. My head's like spinning. Like I can't like focus on one fucking thing. No, but hear me out, okay? So menu message, obviously we'd pass in the string. You know, same shit up here, really. Right. Message. Do that. And then basic, what the fuck? What? going on? What's going on here? I mean, I guess we could just... Can we just reuse that, I guess? We could just do menu. But I think we would need to do... yeah, we need to do both, wouldn't we? Which, I mean, we can do that. Yeah, it's true. But it's like, at the same time, that doesn't really make much fucking sense. Yeah, what's up, Plankton? It's good. Functors are fun because you can constrain templates with... Interesting. Good to see you, Plankton. Hope you're doing okay. You like my Snorlax, Plankton? Please say yes. It was 20 bucks. Please say yes. I'm doing this wrong here, I can already tell. Commenting out code before deleting it is my version control. Yeah. It's Finals week, so I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, no, for sure. I understand. Yeah, Fleshy is amazing. Thank you, I appreciate it. I did an exam today, an online exam. It opened up today, so I decided to do the exam the day of. Get it out the fucking way. Okay. Yeah, so we can't do that, obviously. I guess we could just fucking whatever. Do it the bare bones way. What? What are you talking about? No way, but this would still run kind of differently though. I relate to Snorlax? Same, bro. Same. Personally, same. I don't abuse that. I just... Brother, what the fuck? Okay, here's what I'm thinking at this point. Because I don't see the reason in doing derived classes. Is, we have all this, that's good, but in menu manager, we just fucking... We list out the how to create each one. I know that's probably not the best thing to do in the world, but I think that's gonna be the method, because it's the one that I can most see kind of how to implement. So, and at the end of the day, you know, may not be the best way, but we'll do something. And I only have 30 minutes left to stream, so I need to have something at this point, because I keep going back and forth between fucking ideas, dude. So for now, we'll just do this. And yeah, like I know like we'd still kind of be doing this shit, which is awful, but whatever, it's fine. It's all good. Yo, what's up? BTK? Yo, you inspired me to start a game as well. We're doing it all day today. I hope you're doing well tonight. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Hope you're doing well too. These, so that bad. It's the factory design pattern. Okay, cool. There are sleepy Pokemon who aren't tubby. Feeds on dreams. Feeds on dreams? What the fuck does that mean? It sounds like a nightmare. Feeds on dreams? What are we talking about? Yeah, factory. These are basically factory functions. And, we need to have them somewhere at this point, so... basically what would happen is we need to get the menu stack, and we would just push a new menu, main menu, which would take in the string, choose an option, and then the lambda function, no, not the lambda function, a vector, which, how do you do the vector again? It's vector, vector command, I think. Vector command initialize, and we basically do everything we need to do here, I think, right? Why is this not working? Is there a reason this isn't working? Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, next time, yeah, for sure. That's what it's all about, learning from mistakes, you know? But it's all good. Why is this not working? Is there a reason? I mean, I guess we don't have to push it. We can just kind of create it for right now. Yeah, we don't have to push it right now. We can push it after, I think. Okay. And basically, what are we talking about? Okay. Basically, we are initializing the vector. So what needs to happen is we need to initialize the values. So we're going to be using the lambda function. This, what's in the main menu again? This, do we need this for fight? We do need this for fight. We can write down other ideas and go back to them later after getting more. Yeah, for sure. For sure. See, this is my problem with not writing documentation. You know what I mean? This is why you need to write documentation. What's going on here? Oh, I guess we were gonna, yeah, that's right. Duh. Okay. Yeah, so the lambda function, this, oh wait, no, wait, sorry. Wait, yeah, right? Hold on, wait, sorry, I'm tripping right now. This, and then this. Basically what we would need to do. Also, just so you know, that here you are making unnecessary copies of main menu. Perhaps the compiler will optimize it, but do note that you should probably not be doing that on a single line. What, this? Making a copy of main menu? Or you should probably be doing that on a single line? Are you talking about like push it? You mean like do dot put, or yeah, do like push and then create it there? Also do in place and create the menu in the stack without making a menu object in the function. Ah, in place. That's probably what it was freaking out about. But it's still having an issue for some reason. Kevin said, gotcha. Thank you guys for 14 likes, by the way. It's crazy. Yeah, like this though, right? We'd want to do it like this. See, I tried doing this earlier, but it has these errors and I'm not exactly too sure why. It's gonna be something so stupid. For main menu, it's just menu. No need for variable names. Really? Are we sure? I'm trying to initialize the vector with these lambda functions. God, and I have like 40 people in my fucking stream. Dude, I can't figure shit out when I have like 40 people in there, in here. I'm not complaining. Thank you guys, but makes me nervy, you know what I mean? Okay, it's saying something about the constructor, but I don't understand that. String. Choose an option. Wait, does this need to be put back somewhere? Menu stack holds menus. Right. Stack holds menus. What is in place? It's like a different way of doing that, right? How many courses have you taken to get to this point? Just took my first CFS. Place. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, right? But I need to initialize the vector as well, right? To answer your question, I've done basically one C++ course like purely, but I'm a third year college student. To get to this point. Choose an option, all your commands and stuff. Have you made an implicit constructor from lambda to command? If not, you can make one. Else you need to explicitly create the command objects. Wait, so no menu? Oh, that's probably what the fuck's going on. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Hold on, wait. I do actually remember that. I think you might be right. Wait, no, that looks fucking, hold on. Let me just rewrite this entire thing. We do this, we do in place. And then we would do, wait. We do the string for the menu, because it is a menu, so we need to do like choose an option, right? And basically what you're saying is we do this. Yeah. I guess it constructs an object on top of this. That. Thanks guys for 16 likes. Appreciate you guys. Choose an option. How did we do this earlier? Why the fuck did I delete that code? I had it earlier and I had it down perfect. I think we are close though, I think. Unless you mean, because we're not, you said no menu. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm trying to create a menu object inside. That way it adds to the menu stack. So menu, like this is what I thought. Menu, main menu, right? I thought doing this would be fine. Then we add the string, choose an option, right? Little string right there. In which case, I think we can do this, can't we? I don't even know if that's valid. I think so. And then we need to basically create a vector of commands and initialize that with lambda functions. But we're getting this shit, and I don't really understand. This is like the most useless thing in the world. It says type name's not even allowed either. Could try to make the object outside of the in-place function and then pass it in. Well, the thing is, we want to make sure that it's in the stack memory. That way, it's not creating object directly into the stack instead of making a new object in the function. Menu string, right? Vector. We're not using that. Now that I think about it. Although I don't think that would do anything. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. Vector command argument. Yeah, but I guess it would need to be like this in that case. Grab an extra one. Oh, that works. Okay. Wait, why does that work all of a sudden? So then this. So just example lambda function. No, but then this. So I guess it would have to be like I guess would we actually have to create a command for that? Right, would we actually need to like create a command object for that? Is that what needs to happen? Because the way that we did it here in the combat loop, just when we were kind of messing around, we just did this. Push back. Fight menu options, push back. Yeah, we just did this. String. And that. Oh, that's probably what I'm miss. Oh yeah, duh. God damn it. That's what I'm fucking duh, bro. I'm missing the string. God, what a stupid thing. Right? Is that it? That's gotta be it. No, it's still fucking up. What's going on there? Constructor. Well, I didn't have to use it over here, so I was like, why would I have to use it here? See what I'm saying? Like it knows it's a command, and we did it earlier too, but for some reason, I don't know. For some reason, now it's just like messing up. No, I think it was God, why did I delete that code, bro? I don't think we need to explicitly say it, do we? Constructor lambda void. Does it need to be a void? Yeah, it's something to do with these arguments here. Like if I pass this in, just for reference. Oh, you know what it might be though? What if it's some shit like this? No, I don't think that's it. That wouldn't be it, dude. Wrap it in the second pair of curly braces, trust me. Yeah, I do think that you're right. I do believe that you're right, that the second pair of curly braces would be right. Why is it saying this though? It's expecting this somewhere. Oh yeah. Oh wait, that's probably it then. Yes, okay. Cool. Let's go. Ah, thank God. That's what it was. We had it in the curly braces. Yeah. See, this is what happens, bro. When I have to like learn new syntax on the fly. I get some shit like this. Nice. Whew. Okay, I gotta like... I felt intense. Like, I was trying to like really work my brain as to why it wasn't working. Okay, cool. So now we can actually make stuff. So we'd have fight. Fight's pretty easy. We're just gonna do next. Next menu. The thing about that is, well, no, it'd be kind of easy because it'd be like next menu. And then we basically just pass in fight menu, I think. Essentially. Yeah, sorry. Our list of initializers, not in arguments. But I forgot the extra braces type stuff. Yeah, sorry, my bad. It's on me. It's on me, guys. Need to fucking charge my laptop before it dies. That way I can still read chat. 17 likes, that's what's up. Thanks, guys. Trying to get to 600 subs soon. What are the curly braces for? The ones around the entire line of 8. This one? Or which one are you talking about? This one here? Don't stress, you're doing great. Thanks. Well, I mean, it's hard not to stress when you got like damn near 40 people watching a student code. It's an initializer list of an initializer list, hence 2 pairs of brackets. Yeah, that makes sense now that I think about it. Create min menu. This is kind of weird though, I guess. Well, I guess the function itself is adding it to the stack, so it's not too big of a deal. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Fight menu. And I don't know what that's going to include yet, so we're just going to have it do this. Because it is returning something, so... Wait, why the fuck is it returning something? Does it need to return something? Yeah, that doesn't really make much sense, does it? Because this would need to return a menu. Now that I think about it. What's up, Jodini? Jodini? Is that how you say it? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you guys are having a good night. Hope you guys also like my Snorlax. Okay. It's 20 bucks. Trying to make it worth it. Yeah, now that I think about it, I feel like this needs to be void, doesn't it? And then next menu. Okay, Okay, this is actually kind of weird because if we are returning a menu, which now that I think about it, we probably want to actually, yeah, because next menu would need to be the thing that actually constructs this kind of menu. This can be in the actual constructor. We don't really need to add it to the stack here, I don't think. I like Saturday streaming nights. Hell yeah, me too. Me too. Please don't return a menu by copy. Yeah, no, I know. You said something about that one time. Or it was like a different object, but is it initializing like a function or what? This right here is initializing. So what's going on is it's a vector of commands, and I'll change this in a second, Plankton. But it's a vector of commands, and these commands are constructed using these basically. This is the string, and this is the lambda function that it uses. Yeah, we might want to do void instead, honestly. So I guess create main menu, all that's really doing is it's adding it to the stack. So what's the point of next menu then? I guess we don't really need next menu. We just need create this certain menu, some shit like that. So we can just change this to void, I think, honestly. Because the way that we're doing it doesn't really require that. We can maybe somehow find out. Did you graduate or are you still a student? I'm still a student. Codex suggested reference members for a long-lived object over here. Yeah, but I'm a third-year student. I have not graduated yet. Can you tell? Can you tell that I haven't graduated yet? Based on my code? You probably can. Okay. Yeah, so this, essentially all this would really do is this would just do create type menu, I think. And that would just add to the stack itself. We don't need to do anything extra for it. Here's what I do is make menu a virtual class and make derived like fight menu. I decided to go a different route, Kevin. I decided just to make fucking factory functions. What's your major? CS, comp sci. Then in main menu, you have add menu, 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 which adds to that, which adds to the stack. Right, but when I was doing the whole like menu base class derived kind of thing earlier, I was like, well, if all we're really doing is like all we're really doing is just changing how we're constructing the menu, right? That's essentially it, right? I'm in 4th year and my code is not better. I bet it is. I bet it is. I bet it is. Some comp sci students are actually like really cooked. Like sometimes I think I'm bad, you know what I mean? But there's some comp sci students that literally rely on AI so fucking much. Don't get me wrong, I'm not good either. Like I'm not perfect, obviously, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, it makes me feel better that I'm not some of these other people in my class. You know what I mean? Like there's some people who are just like really cooked. Like nothing wrong with like, I mean, I think AI is a really good tool, but some people like rely on that shit. It's like a drug. So thanks for the sub. Dippo? Am I shitting on you using, yeah, I'm shitting on AI. Yeah. No. I mean, I didn't think you were talking about, or, you know, whatever. AI is really good, but sometimes it's not perfect. So AI is really good for explaining things. Like when I wanted to learn what a lambda function was, I asked AI because it's a good teacher. So I recommend using AI in that sense. Yeah, I think this would work. So this one right here would be print party stats. Print party stats, and this one would be quit. Create fight menu. Now the only thing is that print party stats. Yeah, so we need the party here. It'd be like party. Oh wait, sorry. Party. Parte. And then print party info. So that's pretty easy. And then as for quit, I don't know. Hate AI. I had a project partner using it polluting my code. It was hell. I was spending more time correcting this AI shit than coding. You can tell. You can fucking tell when some people only use AI. I'm so surprised by what you can do. I just started freshman this year and started studying C++ last week. That's awesome. Oh yeah, nutshell. Surprised by what I can do? I can make a mess. That's what I can do. Luckily, I graduated before ChatGPT was a thing. You know, I'm very lucky to have ChatGPT while I'm still in college, but it's like, you know, some students, I think, do rely on it quite a bit. Is my camera falling? I feel like it's at a lower angle or some shit. I can't tell. It's like you can see like my fucking table and stuff. Sorry, I got like 30 people in here, so like, you know, the production's gonna look good. Okay, I don't know. You guys should see my setup. It's kind of fucking rough. Okay, so quit. How do we want the quit command to work though? I think it would be like the game command, essentially. How does it work in the game loop? How do we do that? I think it's, well, okay. Referencing the game loop for how we want to do that is kind of, because it literally just sets end game to true. So I guess maybe what we could do is we could just, not return something out of it, but maybe pass in something by reference and then change that. I don't know. I use AI to help understand stuff, but it gets stuff wrong often, so you have to tell what it did wrong. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to like it actually coding, for sure. Knowing software engineering plus AI. Hell yeah. See, I'm trying to get to that point. Let's. Or sometimes I ask something wrong too. Yeah, I do that. I do it all the time. Do you guys thank AI? Do you guys like say thank you? I'm just curious. Because I heard the CEO of OpenAI said that people thanking ChatGPT like burns so much fucking like millions of I don't know, like computating power or some shit. I don't know what the metric was, but it's kind of insane. But it might be smart to do that before the AI actually takes over. One time I did a quit command for a console game and it was something like shell control C. Well, that's actually pretty good. Can I do that? Is that actually like how to make a quit function? I've actually never like really looked into that. Do you just do exit? Oh, that's interesting. You can literally implement a library for it. You can just do exit. I think we might do that, low key. Like I think we might do that, low key. Sometimes I say thank you, and sometimes I say a curse. I say a curse probably most often. Yeah. I need to, you know, get angry at it sometimes. Oh shit, I'm about to have to end stream. Damn. I don't want to end stream. I got like 40 fucking people. We can stream for a little bit longer. Until I get a call. Once I get a call though, I'm gonna have to go. But in the meantime, we can keep streaming. Okay, so yeah, so I guess we can do exit. That's kind of cool. Where do we have that though? That's kind of the thing. There's something called signal that is a function that you call when a signal such as control C just performs some action. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yo, what's up? What's up, low level codes? How are you? Glad you're empowering it. Dude, you guys need to thank AI. When they take over, fucked. If you don't thank AI. Honestly, no, I'm fucked. If AI takes over, because I have gotten mad at AI so much. I have told it heinous things. So. You know, I think I remember why I wanted to do this in the game loop instead. Because we want access to everything that we need. So. Bro should study on stream. I should study on stream? What the fuck, dude? You do not want to see me study on stream. I'm so locked in. I will not even pay attention to chat. You guys will not exist to me if I'm studying. Your stream got recommended to me. It's 5 a.m. I live in Barcelona. 5 a.m. What the fuck are you doing up at 5 a.m.? Glad to have you in, of course, but 5 a.m., bro. It's very important to know what signals are. You will learn about it in school. I guess they haven't taught it yet. I guess they haven't taught it yet. Although this next semester I'm taking an assembly, or it's like, yeah, I'm taking a class about assembly. So that'll be fun. Maybe I'll learn it there. I don't know. Yeah, I think these need to be fucking in the game loop, now that I think about it. Or not in the game loop, but in game. Because we want access to these guys. Ugh. Damn. I got hair in my mouth, bro. Or actually, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we could just pass in something else. You know what I mean? Just pass in something else, I guess. I have a question, maybe it's a dumb question, but should I always use namespace or does it depend? You should probably not use namespace. Most people don't. It's better not to. There's some things that can kind of break if you use it. I've actually had something break in this project because I did use namespace. And also I think it's not good efficiently wise, right? Something like that. I just know not to use it. Usually, right? Like we were taught to use it in my first class, you know, but after that, they just said, or not even in school, they didn't tell us not to use it in school. So that's how you know comp sci really just doesn't give a fuck about coding. They're more theoretical because they don't even do much good coding, I guess. Yeah, I feel like this could maybe still stay here. We just need to pass in a parameter that would allow us to quit the game, but then again, I feel like that's not really all that needed, so maybe we could just still do this. Because it's weird, because then we would need like the function for it. Like a quit function, for instance. Maybe we could just pass in the quit function. Ah. What if instead we passed in the function? Can we do that? Can we pass in functions? Wait. Can we do that? I think so, right? Right? You can pass in like, I don't know, what's the shit that we did that one time? Yeah, we can like pass in this, can't we? Just use functional again. I think so. Maybe we could just do that. We would just pass in the two commands that would be needed in here, which, I mean, doesn't sound great, but I mean, I feel like it'd be needed for this. As part of the operating system, it sends signals to programs. There are many signals such as, which is Control C, but also interesting. So it's more of like an operating systems kind of thing. It's an OS kind of subject. Yeah, what if we did something like this? And we did like a void. Basically what would happen is whenever this is actually constructed, we can just do we just pass this in, right? Print party info, but then again, that's like kind of weird. I don't really want to do that. Call it that. It's party info, something like that. Is that also a function? Is that already a function? God damn. I'm running out of function names. Party info. We'll just call it info. Fuck it. Or wait, no, we'd have to do void this, wouldn't we? Call it info right here, I think, right? I think that works. Does that work? Can we do that? I don't even, this may not be good from a practical standpoint now that I think about it as well. Still not work. Incompatible with void. We can't do that? Damn, that'd be sick. I guess we can't do that. Right. No, well, I mean, I see that. I'm more so, this is more so kind of going over the architecture of how I'd want to do the rest of this. Then you can do cleanup messages, whatever. Yeah, yeah. Damn, bro. I was more so just thinking of like scalability, like instead of passing in, because like a quit function I'd want to like store, I don't know, in game instead. But I mean, we could do it here. It's just like, it's just weird. I don't know. Like, I guess it's not that weird. It's just kind of like, ugh, you know? Whatever. We could just do what we were doing and we can kind of do what you were talking about. And then I gotta call it a night because I'm about to have to leave. And all that good monkey business. So yeah, we just kind of do the same shit. Party. Party info. Cool. Cool. As far as quit goes, what you're saying is we could do a signal, so like define a signal handler. Oh, it still uses exit though. What the hell? He's got to turn into a leaf. What? Yeah, just do exit. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do exit, I think, honestly. Let's just do fucking exit. Yeah, because I don't know. Boom. There we go. I just learned about signals in class last week. That's awesome. It's awesome. Oh, damn. Damn, bro. Okay, I think we have a pretty good idea of how we're gonna do this going forward. Why does my fucking camera keep fucking going down like that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to fix that off stream or some shit. Yeah, but I'm about to actually have to head out because yeah, I gotta be somewhere. So damn, but I have like 40 people. Damn, why'd you guys all join when I'm about to, like when I gotta fucking leave? What the hell, guys? My shit's still falling. What the fuck? When I'm about to leave, you guys want to fucking all come in here. Well, before I leave, make sure you guys say hi to Snorlax. Really quick. Ignore the Red Bull can over there. This shit is definitely falling. I cannot fix this for the life of me, dude. You guys should see my setup is so scuffed. It's actually insane. Is that good? Come on, be good. No, it's not good. Cool. Nice. Yeah, I got fucking 43 people in here, bro. What the hell? Alright, guys. Damn, 20 likes. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Where do I sub? Sub here. Sub here. Go party, bro. It's important for college. Bro, you think I party? Come on now. Let Snorlax host the stream for a bit? Yeah, for sure. Snorlax should do that. Snorlax should do that. I literally bought this Snorlax just so I could put it in the background of my streams. That's genuinely the only fucking reason I bought this thing. Because I was either gonna buy a Christmas tree or like a or like something, just some kind of decoration, right? because I was gonna buy the Santa hat because I want to wear this all month, and then I wanted something in the background of my streams to represent Christmas. So here we are. Here we are. We got fucking Snorlax. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Damn. I don't even want to leave you guys. How many subs we got right now? How many subs? Damn, we almost have 540? 540? 580? What the hell? Party is a waste of time, I guess. This is my party. This is my form of partying right here. This is my form of partying. This is my college experience. My college experience is streaming. So I need to make a fucking Discord as well. That'd be kind of sick. I saw a message pop up on stream, but for some reason I didn't see it. I didn't see it in time. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna put Snorlax back. Maybe next stream Snorlax can code instead of me. Maybe that's better. Honestly, it might be. But yeah. Dude, why the fuck is this shit not working, bro? This is kind of insane. I haven't been in front of 40 people ever. That's fucking crazy. Study more than you sleep. Sleep more than you party. Party as much as you can. You know, Kevin, anything you say, I take biblically, okay? I'm gonna follow everything that you say religiously, so I will get my life in order and I will start partying way more. Because if Kevin says that it's right, then it's correct. So I think I have the same fridge and microwave as you. Oh yeah? Like the cheapest fucking microwave you can get from Walmart. That's what I got. That's what I got. Good notice, by the way. Good notice. You guys like my my like empty chassis over here? It's literally has nothing in it. There's nothing in it. I've been meaning to build a PC for a while, but I'm broke. So kind of broke. I need to fucking commit this, by the way. So basically what we're gonna do is let me add some to-dos here. Or maybe we can do this actually. Create fight menu, create Python dev, by the way. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Do you do like a lot of like data stuff? Or Pygame? Is that more your alley? Create select skill menu. That sounds kind of awful, but whatever. And void create target or select target. Select target menu. This is all gonna look amazing at the end, trust me. Bro, use Vim. No. I hate data stuff. Oh, okay. Python's really good for that. I like Pygame and console app stuff. That's dope. That's dope. Nice. Yeah, so we'll implement these probably in the next stream. And we're gonna see what we want to do about the next menu and the previous menu. I mean, obviously we're gonna need to do something about that, but I mean, I guess we probably not really, because of the stack thing. Now that we're doing that, and honestly, I feel like those are also kind of more so in this. Yeah, we don't need these actually. Now that I think about it, we don't need them at all. No wait, we might actually need them. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep them. I don't know. But yeah, if anyone wants to see the repository before I go, !@ code, and you can see it. Create menu functionality or menu manager. What is that? Feature menu system. Nice. Nice. Is college that useful? It's my second year. They are teaching data structure and students are fucking dumb. Wait, did it? Did it not? Sorry, I didn't get the chance to read the rest of that. For some reason, it didn't print on my chat over here, but college is useful, yeah. But students don't understand that you need to do stuff outside of school, especially if you're just a comp sci major. Like, you're mostly just learning like theoretical stuff. You're not even like really doing much else other than that. And yes, I am going to uni. Comp sci major, 3rd year. So yeah, college, I mean, college is useful, yeah, for sure. Good for meeting, good for networking, good for all that kind of good stuff, you know? So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to end stream. I really gotta go. So, I want to thank you guys for 24 likes. Let's see what we're at sub-wise. Are we at 580 yet? No, we're not. We're 2 subs away from 580. If anyone wants to drop a sub, you know what I'm saying? Help me out a little bit. Trying to get to 600 by the end of the month. Feel free not to, but you know, Snorlax would really fucking appreciate it. I'll tell you that. Snorlax would really be happy if you guys did that. So, peace. All right. Yeah. Would this focus, please? Hello. Hello. Okay. Graduating in the month, and yes, you have to do stuff for practice. Yeah, for sure. You need to do stuff outside of school. So, good luck, pal. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll be streaming tomorrow if anyone wants to join that. I will be on time tomorrow. Promise. Okay. So, yeah, anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys stay safe tonight. Okay, don't party too hard. Everyone say goodnight to Snorlax, please. Please. Make sure to say goodnight to Snorlax. And yeah, y'all have a good night. Thank you guys once again for the support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.